You are listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Monday the 14th of April, 2025. It is 25 days after the spring equinox. It is 67 days before the summer solstice. By the French Republican calendar, it is the 25th day of Germinal, the day of the pigeon, the pigeon. The sun rises today at 6:18 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 12:56 p.m. The sun sets today at 7:34 p.m. Civil twilight ends at 8:03 p.m. and nautical twilight ends at 8:37 p.m. The length of daytime today is 2 minutes, 35 seconds longer than yesterday. The moon is in its waning gibbous phase and is 97% full at midday. The moon hit its monthly apogee yesterday at 6:48 p.m. The last quarter will arrive on Sunday, the 20th of April. These are the predicted tides today for Horns Hook. In the morning, low tide, 5:48 a.m., 6 centimeters. At midday, high tide, 12:04 p.m., 1 meter 43. In the evening, low tide, 5:55 p.m., 21 centimeters. This is the Monday Reservoir Report for New York City. In the Delaware watershed, Cannonsville, 93% full. Papacton, 89% full. Neversink, 88% full. Rondout, 95% full. In the Catskill watershed, Schoharie, 95% full. Ashokan, 94% full. And in the Croton system just north of the city, the reservoirs are 97% full. In our shared realm of plants and animals, on our spring tree watch, the river birches in Socrates Sculpture Park have just begun to put out their spring catkins. Each tree has separate male and female flowers. The male catkins form in clusters at the end of twigs, and they dangle. When they have spent their pollen, they will drop off. The female flowers are far less prominent, occurring on spur shoots along the thin branches. Commemorations. On this day in 1816, an enslaved man named Bussa began a slave rebellion in British-ruled Barbados. He is honored in independent Barbados as the country's first national hero. A solemn anniversary. On this day in 1865, Abraham Lincoln was shot in Ford's Theater by John Wilkes Booth. He died the following day. On this day in 1894, the Holland brothers opened the first kinetoscope parlor at Broadway and 27th Street in Manhattan. It was the very first commercial motion picture house. The kinetoscope, invented by Thomas Edison, was a 4-foot-tall machine. Customers looked inside to see a 20-second silent film. 10 kinetoscopes were arrayed in the parlor, each one showing a single film. For 25 cents, viewers could see 5 films. Among the offerings were shorts of Ina Bertoldi, the famous contortionist, a cockfight entitled Roosters, a Highland dance, horseshoeing, blacksmiths at work, and a wrestling match. On this day in 1912, the RMS Titanic met its iceberg. The ship's lookout, Frederick Fleet, spotted the berg at 11:40 p.m. When he alerted the bridge, the first officer turned the ship and reversed the engines. It was too late. The iceberg ripped the hull, and icy water poured in. The Titanic sank at 2:20 a.m. the next day. Of the 2,224 passengers and crew on board, 1,514 perished. On this day in 1932, Loretta Lynn, the Queen of Country, was born in Butcher Hollow, Kentucky. Famously known as the coal miner's daughter, she had a career of over 60 years. She once said, "I thought everybody sang, because everybody up there in Butcher Holler did. Everybody in my family sang, so I really didn't understand until I left Butcher Holler that there were some people who couldn't, and it was kind of a shock." She also offered this bit of wisdom. The country is making a big mistake not teaching kids to cook and raise a garden and build fires. Today, the Bengali New Year, Pohila Boishakh, is celebrated in Bangladesh. Happy New Year to all our Bengali friends and neighbors. The same holiday is observed tomorrow in the Bengali regions of India. Alternate side of the street parking is suspended in New York City today for Passover. And that is the Observatory, Monday the 14th of April, 2025.